Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to try this one more time, going for another level 30 bow enchant. You know, we're trying to get to that, the Ender Dragon, and maybe kind of prepare for the Wither Boss a little bit. What we get? Power 3, Flame 1. That is... You know what? I don't know offhand if you can burn the Wither Boss or the Ender Dragon. I'm not sure. Somebody get back to me on that. Alrighty, so I've been sitting here kind of running around trying to figure out what I'm going to do with today's episode. Man, that was kind of loud. Sorry about that. And I still don't have a good answer. But, with just some... Well, with that being said, I think it's going to be more of like a... I don't know what you'd call it. Like a talky episode. Like, we're gonna have a nice little chat. So the first thing that... well, just to kind of tell you what I'm so scattered. I'm sorry. Let me just look at the ground in shame. No, so what I kind of want to do, I don't know if I like these half slabs. Everybody had really great suggestions, but nobody really settled on anything. One thing that I know I want to do for certain is I want to be able to go AFK in this room, but I also want it to look as cool as possible. So I want to replace these glowstone with redstone lamps, so that way whenever these are like this, they're off, but then once the room, boom, it just like magically gets brighter. I think that'll be really cool. And then I also want stuff to pop out of the walls, so that way we're nice and safe inside the room. If we do need to AFK inside here. So anyway, I'm going to get to work. So I guess the first thing that I would need to do in order to get this started is maybe grab some glowstone. By the way, yeah, I did get most of my base moved into here. It's all working pretty well. I've got it kind of organized. I don't know, some of them are a little bit... I don't know, leaves a little bit to be desired. I wasn't too happy about like a gravel and clay box, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? I did kind of get, this is not even gonna be, this is just a placeholder, don't even look at that. But we were gonna get the furnace room hooked up over here somewhere. You know, we had this space already carved out, you might recognize it. And then I put in this door here, blah blah blah, so yeah. Anyway, I want to get these redstone lamps wired up way above here. And yeah, I did fill this in so that way mobs wouldn't be able to spawn. That was just kind of... Man, that does look really cool. Yeah, so that way mobs wouldn't be able to spawn. Just because I don't want them, you know, spawning in all sorts of nooks and crannies and then hearing them all around the base. I've got a couple of spots where that already happens at, and it just bugs me out. Okay, so it's this block. So we'll go up one more. And then over. Cool. And there it is. How beautiful. And yeah, same thing I'm going to do up here. But, to get to the points or the things that I wanted to talk about in today's episode, well, I don't really know what that would be, to be honest with you. I'm kind of just really scattered right now. Life throws you tons of, curveballs and stuff like that, and yeah, you never really... I hope that works. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Sweet. So let's fill this in. So we got the redstone lamps hooked up here, so that way when we run over this and it closes, redstone lamps go off, and then, you know, so that way it gets us like the dark, eerie feeling that we want in Castle Nims. And then the other thing that I was hoping for is once these gates are open and, you know, we're inside the room, I want pistons to close behind us, so that way nothing can come in and interfere with us. So you can kind of see here, if I were to toggle this torch, it would accomplish exactly that. Now, sorry, I probably sound a little sick. That's because I am. Now, anyways, alright, I've been sitting here trying to record just fun, entertaining stuff for a while now. And each time, it turns into a soapbox. And if you don't know what a soapbox is, it's basically where one person thinks he's high and mighty and gets up and tries to preach to people, or and that's not what I want this to be. So I'm gonna get on my soapbox for one last little bitty second, and I just want to ask a question. This is more towards content and things like that. I would love to be able to make more content for you guys. So I want to ask you, if I were to do, I don't know what you'd call this. I wouldn't necessarily call it a vlog, but I would say that the vlog is the closest thing that you could call this, and still be accurate towards what it is. Would you guys be interested in seeing like a update video, or not necessarily like an update video, but just like happenings in the world? Like, if we were to just like sit down and just talk about how like each other's is, how we're all doing as a whole, as a collective, as a community, because that's what YouTube is it's a community between people. And see, here I go again, I'm getting back up on that box, and I just can't freaking help it. I just can't stop, man. No, community, people, would you guys be interested in doing something like that? It'd be like FaceTime. Like, I have a camera. It wouldn't be the best of quality, but we'd just be able to sit and chill and hang out, and it wouldn't be any like serious stuff. But I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on that? Would that be something that you'd be interested in, or would that be something that I shouldn't really bother with, or I don't know. Alright, cool. Now that that's out of the way, we can go back on to having a normal episode. So I've gotten quite a bit of stuff done. I mean, I wish I wouldn't have gotten as much stuff done, but it is what it is. So I'm just trying to figure out here. We do have kind of a problem. I'm trying to figure out how to wrap this wiring around in order for... that torch is messing it up, but I can't go here, so what if I... Okay. To be able to get this wiring up into shenanigans where I need it. Because, shenanigans are shenanigans. And you need to get your shenanigans where all the rest of the shenanigans are. This'll work. We're good now. So bam. So now the room is closed. So this will all be able to get filled in, Now the room is closed. And... I keep messing up my block placement. Okay, so we can go into the room now. Cool. And we've got our little hallway. Boom. And as we enter, and then they close behind us. So I've got 2 done here. And now this, I'm going to change the block types and everything, I'm sure. And also, I want to go down below, so that way, like, before we enter, I want, like, I think I'm going to leave it to where you can see the pistons, because I kind of have this philosophy that redstone is kind of like art itself and should be displayed for people. So I might even go back and like change the entire floor to be glass, so that way you can see like the beauty of the redstone underneath of it. I know that sounds pretty... pretty strange, I know, but what's that one saying? Like, art is in the eye of the beholder, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I think redstone is so cool. I love redstone. I love seeing redstone. It makes me happy. It makes me super happy, and it should make you happy too. and I want to be able to display our work for the world to see. There we go. So cool. Now we got to figure out how to get this one wired. It's not that big of a deal, actually. I should just be able to go down, 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 and around, and then we'll be able to get under here. Cool. And see, like, I want to go through later on, see if we do decide to keep it displayed. I want to make sure that there is... I want to clean it up, obviously. But then also make sure that I can get rid as much of get rid of as much light as possible, so that way when we're up top, where's my hole? There's my hole. That way when we're up top, it doesn't bleed through and doesn't look as crummy. Crummy. Yeah. So, oh, nope, up, jump, thank you. And I want that redstone. Okay, so let's try this one more time. Get through the hole! That's what she said! That's a bad joke. We shouldn't tell jokes like that. Anyway, no, so I like how this project's been turning out, though. It feels good, feels nice. That just sounds bad again. I don't know. I'm all over the place today. Ooh, I'm glad we checked that, because that could have had an issue. Okay, so we'll go. That block needs to go back for sure. So then we'll go up. How can I get this to right there? There, and then like that? Is that gonna have any problem? That looks good. Okay, sweet. That's awesome. So now I got to do the same thing to the other side. I just kind of had a I don't know if it's a eureka moment. We'll see here in a second, but I'm just kind of curious on what it would look like if we went with. I think we'll still be able to fit through it, which would be, you know, if we can fit through it, then I would assume that mobs would be smart enough to get through it. Yeah. That might not be such a good thing. I thought it's doing the bug again. I'll be right back. Anyway, I thought it might be kind of cool to have it like this, where it was, like maybe not as closed looking, but I mean, obviously that didn't work. Let's try it one more way. I wonder, do pistons hold on to the blocks when they're faced backwards? Ooh, they do. Okay, so then we would want a place like that. And then I don't know. This is just for looks and for show. Nah, I don't like it because you can see the sticky piston, and that just makes it look goofy. Like, I don't mind being able to see it there. I know, it's such double standards, but if I can see the green goo, then that's too much, man. That's too much. Oh, by the way, you might have noticed that we kind of have also got a theme that's finally going on. The iron is going to lead back as close to the iron golem farm as I can get. Then the gold here, I want to go to the blacksmith, because, you know, you think gold, blacksmith, you know, blacksmith making stuff, perhaps making jewelry, valuables, gold, jewelry, okay. Diamond in Minecraft has kind of a blue tint to it, so I was like, blue, diamond, and then we could have it lead out to the ocean. So okay, that kind of makes sense. Good. And then the green here, our slime farm, actually, I know, the slime farm, most of you might not even remember it, but it's just down here a little ways. So it's like, okay, green, slime, that totally makes sense. And then I was also thinking that, you know, you saw how far away that would be. Maybe we could make a conveyor belt to bring the slime up here closer, and then we could also maybe opposite the slime or something like that. Get a villager. You might remember maybe 10 episodes ago we looked at different ways to be able to make like the best villager trading outpost sort of thing. And so once that gets patched, once the villagers no longer fall out of minecarts, maybe we'll get that installed in this approximate area as well, and so then the green would totally make sense. Yeah, that looks really cool. I like that a lot, how dark it's getting in here. But then as soon as we hit the pressure plate, it's just like, oh, it's beautiful. Okay, I've got one more I need to do. So we've gone 2 blocks out on each one of them. So that would go back one more. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I don't know. And if you guys ever see me do stuff in my Let's Play regarding like the content thing from earlier, I was thinking about that. It's not content per se. It's not like, ooh, I'm just trying to, you know, get more views or whatever like that. It's not content in the literal terms of content. I want to have a way that I can just talk to you guilt-free. That's really what it comes down to. I just want to be able to say what's on my mind without having to be like, oh, why didn't you do this better in Minecraft? And it's like, well, sorry, man. I wanted to talk to you guys today. So it's not true content per se. It's just, that one wired quite easily. Hopefully that doesn't get into the way at all. Anyway, it's not true content per se. It's just I want to be able to talk to you. And that's really what it comes down to. Because you are many people. By the way, have you decided what you want to be called yet? Like we had Nimrods, which Nims... Rod. That's kind of like an insult, though. I don't know if that's a good one. Then we had like Nimians, which was kind of like a play on the word of minions. Where is the thing? Play on the word minions, and you know that wouldn't be too bad. Did I just break redstone? I sure did. Okay, how did this go? I'm pretty sure there's redstone on this. Wow, I'm so bad, man. I am so bad. Anyway, I don't know what you guys ever decided on there, man. So with that being said, well, I guess not a whole lot was said. There are a lot of you, and being able to have a chance to talk and to communicate, like you and me, you and I, the two of us together, or all of us as one whole collective unit being awesome and spreading, getting, but by the way, I've also started saying, hey, like, spread the awesome. I'll go into that later, maybe in like a vlog sort of thing, but just people can be douchebags, and I also want to say that too, like, people, here I go on my high horse again. I have been trying to avoid it all friggin' episode, but I can't help it. I'm just going to embrace it at this point. People can be douchebags, and that's just a fact of life. Don't let their douchebaggery spread to you. Don't spread the badness. If you had to choose to spread something around, make it something full of awesome. Okay, so great. Now we're locked in. Now we have redstone that triggers. This is pretty cool. I'm really happy with this. So no, I don't know. If we go into like a vloggy style thing, or it's just whatever. I want to know your guys' opinions. Would that be something you'd be interested in? How are we doing? Let's check in. What's our temperature? You know, let's go to the doctor's office and just see how we're doing. I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions and blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call the storage room project. I can't call it done because the roof's not done yet. Oh well, I'll figure that out some other time. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and you know, we'll talk. We'll be around. You know, hey, if you ever wanna talk, feel free to send me a message. I always check my messages on YouTube. Feel free to tweet at me. Do whatever you feel like doing, because whatever you feel like doing is, you know, is perfect. So yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'm out. And yeah, keep on keeping on. Torch.